You mentioned something kind of slick on the last interview, which I should have caught it and I should have responded back to you. But to be honest, um, I don't know if it was getting near the end of the interview. Either way, it was my fault. But you mentioned how we were talking about True That, and you mentioned how the guy who was running it started messing with Suge's, or I'm sorry, not Suge, Snoop's baby mama. That was the Mexican girl, Latina. Um, can you speak about more about that, about Snoop having this other baby mom? And because I'd always heard the rumors about he messed with one of the Doggy's Angels girls. I'd always heard about that, but I never heard about the other one.
Yeah, this one they keeps real quiet. Her name is Giselle. She actually has two kids by Snoop. It's a girl on the internet, if y'all pull up. I don't know nothing about that. That one that claims to have a baby by Snoop. I forget her name. But if you pull it up and put baby mama by Snoop, there's a young lady with that pops up. I don't know nothing about that one. But I know Giselle. Damon Thomas knows Giselle. Everybody knows Giselle. And for those that say I'm lying, I'm going to say something real close to you females that know Snoop. Because I know her very well. She had a tattoo right above her panty line of a picture with Snoop smoking a marijuana joint. And that was his trademark for females. She had two kids by Snoop.
Okay. And this was back in the Death Row days, or this was later?
This was later. I said the True Dad Entertainment days. And it was after that that she had the kids. And so 2008, 2007 when she was hanging around us.
Okay.
And so, but she had messed with Snoop prior to that. That's how I was able to know about the tattoo.
Okay. Um, one thing I wanted to ask you about is I think sometimes, when we do these interviews, we'll mention people and we just assume that people know who they are, but they really don't. So, like, for example, I wanted to ask you when you came into Death Row in 94 or 95, whenever it was, can you tell me what Norris Anderson was doing for the label at the time? And then can you talk to me about what he started to do once Suge went to jail, and then ultimately what led him to leave the label? Just to give a little background, a little history on him, because a lot of people, they hear these names, but they don't know who exactly we're talking about.
Norris Anderson was a good dude. He's no longer with us. He died while I was in the hospital fighting COVID.
Hmm.
Norris was Suge's brother-in-law. He was married to Suge's second sister, Karen. That's Wild Thing father, and they have another daughter. Norris was smart, very smart man, in my opinion. Uh, but Norris started off as a receptionist. He then eventually got moved into the office to assist Roy as a Suge personal assistant with Roy and handling stuff. Brought in Calvin Tubbs and all that to eventually become the general manager. And this is prior to the fall of Death Row, as y'all call it. What I mean by that is before Pac got killed, Norris probably became the general manager in like April or May of 95. And he was in charge of the general manager, doing things with the office all the way up until I took over in 97. No, well, yeah, was it 97? Yeah, until March, May, about May or June of 97 is when I took over. And Norris was in charge and dealing with everything there. Good dude. That's who, RJ and them like to say who car that was. That's just who had the credit that the car got put into. but that car was in his name that Tupac got shot and killed in. Uh, but Norris is a good dude. I like Norris a lot. Learned a lot from Norris about dealing with people and dealing with Suge and the music business, while I was just in charge of security and always being with Suge, the person that they would call to get in contact with when they couldn't get in contact with Suge, because they knew I generally was with him or had somebody in the area that can get to him. And so yeah, that was Norris.
Okay. And what made him leave? Was it that you took over his position and he kind of stepped down, or did he get demoted to something lower and then kind of just slowly broke away?
Norris got burnt out. Um, it was a lot on him. There was some things going on in his personal life that had happened where he got disappointed and upset with the family. And he felt like he was doing a lot of work and trying to keep everything alive. And something happened that hurt him to the heart. Hurt him to the heart. And he was burnt out. And that's when, by that time, me and Suge was starting back talking. Suge felt it, saw that he lost his motivation. And he didn't initially fire Norris. He just told Norris that, go do this. You go be dealing with this. Me and Reggie gonna be dealing with this. But one day I called and asked Norris a question. He said, Reggie, it's your ball now. You in charge. I'm done.
Gotcha. And he passed away due to COVID when, like you mentioned, when you were fighting COVID.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't. I know he passed. I didn't know what the reason, because I know he had some other conditions. Because Norris is smart. When Greg Kadings and them went to talk to him, Norris was like, "Hey, I got health issues, and I don't remember nothing." Yeah, I don't remember nothing from those days. Mm-hmm. And so I always took it like Norris was ill. Trivia question for today. What was the name of Snoop Dogg's main two security?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you get that right, then you'll get this this Tupac crew neck sweatshirt that you see. So if you want to enter, just leave a comment under this video and we'll pick a winner and send it out to you right away.